Well, my chump is everybody that does not take Dan Campbell literally. He told you this was going to happen. He told you how his guys were going to respond, and he's been as crystal clear as a piece of glass the whole time he's been here, and we second-guess him and this and that and the other. And look, man, stop. We're on this trip. This is for real. This is like 1969. The Jets, the Mets, the man in the moon. Michigan beats Ohio State. We get a president who's a criminal. It's history. Put it all in context. It's a beautiful thing, man. Enjoy this, Gator.
I think a lot of those things, yeah. I'm not sure they're all beautiful. But, hey, look, it's incredible that the Lions are doing what they're doing. And the Dan Campbell doubts about the fourth down stuff, right? That's where it comes from. And there's two things about Dan Campbell that you have to keep in mind, because when you decide to pass on field goals, and somewhat sure field goals, and he did it a couple of times in the game, and the score is 17-9. When it was 17-9, in those drives, the two touchdown drives the Lions had, they had easy field goals. And he passed on the easy field goals and went for first downs and got touchdowns out of those drives. So instead of having 3 points, he had 7. And then later, instead of having 3 points, he had 7. And so that's 4 added points by Dan Campbell the first time, 4 more the second time. The score's 17-9. There's your 8 points. The Lions were leading that game 17-9 because of Dan Campbell decisions. And then the most interesting one of all, when they were up 15, 4th and 2 at the Vikings, 7-yard line late, and he had a chance to kick a field goal and go up 3 scores, and he was going for it. And I'm sitting there going, you have to kick the field goal.
Everybody
you have to go up 3. My dad is like, you have to kick the field goal. Freddie Frito. And I'm like, when he sent the offense, I said, unless this is all just to try and get him to jump off sides.
Yeah, Stoney and I are like, you got to kick it. And then there's like 10 seconds left on the play clock. And I said, oh, they're not going for it. They're trying to draw him offside because it's close enough. If worst case scenario, either they take the time out or they just go back 5 yards. They're going to kick it. And then the Vikings jumped offside. They got the Vikings to jump. What?
Yep.
They fell for it, man.
I can't believe it. Fell for it.
And you know what the thing is? That was half a distance to the goal. It wasn't an automatic 5. So they actually, they still got the first down, of course, because it was like 4th and 2 or whatever. But they knew all this, and it was set up perfectly. Gator, you were at the game.
Yep.
Doug and I were watching at home. Collinsworth pointed out they had been using the same word to set up the snap every single time. But this time, when they called it, it was a dummy call. And they were never going to snap it. So I think they were using the word turbo, was it, Doug? Or something like that?
Turbo
so every
hut.
time it said turbo hut, turbo set, they were going to snap it. They did it that time, but didn't snap it, and the Vikings jumped off sides. It was brilliant.
It was such an incredible play because it was the backwards world we're living in. The Lions were the team that jumped off sides on critical downs historically.
Jared Goff afterwards said that they've been working on the play all week. And I'm like, you have to work on this play?
Well,
but I guess so. So he's had a wry smile on his face while he was talking about it because we knew. I mean, we were hoping it was get a chance to do it, and they did it, and it worked.